has 13 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw, with 8 knockouts. All the way from Battle Creek, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome aboard K.P. Porter. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the red trunks with the white trim. He weighed in at an even 245 pounds. This young man has 29 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, with 16 knockouts. The former World Boxing Association heavyweight champion and the former Colonel Emeritus of the World Boxing Council heavyweight champion from Miami, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Michael Dynamite Dokes.
Kind of a mixed reaction to Michael Dokes. And Randy, how about the keys to the fight?
Well, of course, Michael Dokes has been off for 33 months. The thing that I think is really going to matter are the legs of K.P. Porter. He has been in shape. The man is never out of shape. If he could make a street brawl out of it and not stay on the outside against Michael Dokes, he could take the other 3 positives for Dokes and throw them out. Porter has to make a street brawl out of it.
Scheduled for 10. And here we go. Dokes said the first thing to come back when he went into the ring was his hand speed. He's still a little soft and a little big around the middle.
Sam, I said at the top of the show that Michael Dokes, in my opinion, had the fastest hands in heavyweight history. I'm not kidding. Muhammad Ali had a very, very quick jab. Floyd Patterson had those very quick hands, the combinations. This man may have even been faster. You're not going to see the same Michael Dokes tonight.
Dokes in at around 240. Went into the ring and started training back in June at 279 and has worked his way down. I don't know if he can ever get back to 215, which is about the weight he fought at when he was at the height of his career.
Now, I'll see 215 before he will.
And a slip. Long reach by Dokes, and the front foot just went out and slipped down.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. He was stepping into a jab, and his legs just spread too far apart. And he's got fairly new boxing shoes on with very slick underpinnings there. That leather is very, very slick and slippery.
Michael Dokes, last fight, good left hook by Dokes, was against Randall Tex Cobb back in 1985.
Now, Sam, you've worked with me enough to know that I like to make fun of heavyweights. Here again, he started to step into a punch and he slipped. They're going to have to do something with the bottom of his shoes, like start scraping that leather.
I was just going to say, can they scuff them up between rounds? They'll have to find some way to do it.
I normally make fun of heavyweights who look like Michael Dokes, but in the past, I make fun of heavyweights who keep gaining weight. Michael Dokes has taken off 30 pounds since around September or so. He is really trying, Sam. There's not going to be any fun from this announcer tonight.
Well, I think the conversations we had with him on Tuesday really were interesting, enlightening.
Yeah.
In how much he's trying, how much effort he's giving to try and straighten out his life.
And he's the first to tell you, he doesn't know if he's going to be the same Michael Dokes.
Porter taking most of those punches on the arms. Time winding down in round 1, scheduled for 10. second round, Michael Dokes got his balance pretty well set.
Well, the 33 months away, the apprehension caused him in that first round to keep his legs wider apart. But a fighter should always have his feet shoulder-width apart, and he did a lot better in the second round.
Round 3 scheduled for 10.
I'm surprised with the hand speed I see tonight of K.P. Porter. Because in the past when I've seen him, what he is, he reminds me of a football player. It's just he's a strong young man, but never really the quickest. And tonight he is popping that lead right.
Both those punches taken on the gloves by Dokes. That time they traded left hooks, and Dokes with more power had the greater effect. I think the 40-pound difference, the 44-pound difference is showing when they trade, Randy.
I think the weight difference, should we go into the later rounds, could tell on both fighters. One, because of the layoff on Dokes, and two, because of just the bulkage of it on Porter. See what a game young man he is? 3-punch combinations to keep Dokes, well, just to keep him honest.
K.P. Porter, a former football player at North Dakota State. Good left hook by Dokes.
That's where that football strength comes in on the inside. He's going to need it, Sam.
Another good left hook. Porter lunging in with the right hand, trying to fight Dokes off, has landed, and now it just becomes a brawl.
Michael Dokes just threw a terribly slow left hand that had Porter jumped in at that moment with the right hand. This could be over.
Dokes has taken some good shots.
There's some blood now inside the mouth of K.P. Porter. He is biting down on that mouthpiece. I'm wondering, Sam, if his jaw is injured. And I can't tell if it's inside the mouth, it's smeared over his face, if it's inside the mouth or his left nostril.
Looks like a lot of blood in the nostril, Randy. Late in round 3.
Dokes is just leaning into his shots now.
Porter allowing Dokes to really dictate the tempo of the fight and get off first. Left hook got in there. Porter says, no, you didn't hurt me. But Dokes is getting the better of it. Both fighters have mixed it up pretty well. Let's check scorecards, Randy. I've got Dokes up 3-0.
Same thing. And that's scoring on the round system here in New York, backed up by a supplemental 1-point system.
Good jab by Dokes.
Bad intentions on every shot now from Michael Dokes.
I think what you have to like about Dokes is that he isn't just throwing one punch. He's throwing combinations, flurries, doubling up on the left. A look at Walt Clyde Frazier.
Now, he was more with the moves rather than the power.
How come he's not watching the Knicks?
He knows where the good brawls are.
A lot of celebs in attendance tonight. Real good crowd here at the Felt Forum. Interested in the return of this man. Interested in seeing the contenders. Buddy McGirt, Michael Olajide.
Sam, when this fight was first announced, a number of fight fans said to me, "Oh, this K.P. Porter, this is a pushover." I said, no way. This is a very nice test for Michael Dokes after 33 months away. What do you want to do, destroy the guy? Very, very impressive performance so far, I think.
I agree, Randy. Obviously, you're not going to see much movement when you're 245, but I think what we're seeing from Dokes is the good hand speed, good combinations, good straight right there, and again the combination. Porter has been shaken up. He's in some trouble.
That jab can be termed thunderous.
Well, as Porter has shown, he doesn't go down easily, but he does take a lot of punishment. And Dokes is handing out a lot of punishment.
Oh, he's very, very durable, Sam. We talked that he lost 5 consecutive fights. But listen to some of the names. Francesco Damiani, Johnny Duploy, and Henry Tillman. 3 top names.
Less than a minute to go in round 4. Dokes is beginning to dominate this fight.
Just as you said that, he ate a very stiff left jab. Still some fight left in K.P. Porter.
But not much, Randy. He's not doing much except absorbing punishment. And that right very slow from Porter.
The legs are gone of Porter. He's going to be forced now to stand and brawl. And that's exactly what Dokes wants at this point.
Dokes just pounding away at K.P. Porter. Porter offering very little resistance and very little counterattack. Good right hand.
Yes, man, that buckled Porter.
Again and again, the 1-2 combinations looking outstanding. And finally, Porter wilts and goes to the canvas. He cannot be saved by the bell. He's up at 4 and now heads for the corner. So a big finish to round 4. Dokes has expended a lot of energy. Let's go into the corner.
Next time you got it, don't let him go. Otherwise, it's going to make us lose back. You understand? Throw a combination, referee will stop the fight. Next time you got it, don't let him go.
Yeah. Trainer Miguel Diaz said, don't let him go. You get him hurt next time, finish him off. Come out, throw a combination. And here's what happened. There were a series of right hands which caught Porter on the left cheek. There were 2 left hands I just saw, and another one gets in, and down he goes.
But everything coming behind the jab, Randy. It's been 1-2. It's not just been load up for one punch. It's been combinations, body shot. Dokes, I think, has been impressive for the first time back in 33 months. I see some impressive things. Round 5.
This is not a slow-paced fight. He's burning a lot of energy. He's using his legs. He has gotten hit on the chin. He's reacted well. His reaction seems very good. His timing's very good, very sharp. I like what I see so far.
He's paced himself. He hasn't chased Porter. And here he goes after Porter this time, though, and that's it. Charlie Norkus steps in and stops it. Porter questions the decision of the referee, but it's the right move. Porter was just absorbing punishment, becoming a walking punching bag.
He's going, what? Wait a minute, what did they stop the fight for? And Michael Dokes, he even went over to referee Charlie Norkus and said, hey, wait a minute, I want to brawl some more. Don't, come on, I want to fight some more.
Michael Dokes ends it in the 5th round. The combination shaking up Porter again. This time Dokes did not lay back. He went in right after him, and Charlie Norkus, obviously remembering that the knockdown had just occurred moments ago, said that's enough.
And it was right before the bell, ending the 4th round. There were a series of crashing right hands, all landed solid. You see nothing coming back from Porter. He wasn't holding on, wasn't returning the fire. And another hard right hand drops him. He got up at 4, and just as he got up, the bell rang. And then he had a 60-second reprieve, but he had nothing left, really, when the 5th round started. I thought it was a good stoppage. No question about it in my mind.
Michael Dokes, the former heavyweight champion of the world, on his way back. K.P. Porter is on his way out. That's 6 straight losses, Randy, and when you get to this point, I think you have to start thinking about other things.
He's really nothing more than a real game walking punching bag. He trained very hard, he said, for this fight. Apparently he did. And you're right, Sam, it's time for the 9 to 5. Maybe you should become a boxing trainer.
Michael Dokes, who won the heavyweight championship in December of 1982, lost it in September of 1983 to Harry Coetzee, and then out of boxing for 33 months, has returned with a pretty impressive victory. Let's go to Ed Darian for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Charlie Norkus stops this bout at 25 seconds of the 5th round, and the winner by a TKO, Michael Dynamite Dokes.
I think the crowd a little unhappy that they couldn't see more action. Would have been happy to see more of Michael Dokes. It was a pretty entertaining fight. A lot of action, a good pace, and Michael Dokes, the former heavyweight champion of the world, returns to the ring and stops K.P. Porter in the 5th round. Randy will be back to talk to the winner, Michael Dokes, in just a moment.
finally, the urban jungle. World champion kickboxer Leroy Tiller leads the viewer through a series of subtle yet effective moves that can leave an attack